Sika heat from my niggas bounce. Shout out to Papazoe show.
Yo, what up? You already know what it is, man. It's your man, Papazoe, the Papazoe show.
Walk the walk is in the building, man. Just chilling here on the Papazoe show. You feel me? Hey, Zoe.
Yeah.
Who you got over there?
Hey, listen, man.
Who that is? Let me know who that is.
Let me tell you who that is, bro. Give me a minute, man.
Who is that? I want to
This
know,
is Lorenzo, man, from South Beach Brew, man. This man is coming out, new flavors, some of the best brew. I got to give him his flower because his brew is delicious. What's going on, man? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by on the Papazoe show.
Thank you for having me in that introduction. I'm having a little bit of my brew right now. I'm having the Snowbird's Paradise Pilsner.
That's it. You know what? Before we take off,
sure.
I need you to pop that. I'm gonna put you on the B&B mix. So pop that better bottle right now.
I wanted to know what the mix is.
It's
you can tell me right now.
It's Bel Air Bamboo. Cher, get the bamboo for me.
Okay, you do this part.
You want to hold this for a second?
Yep.
Get the ice.
So this rum comes from like all different countries, right? Like
Yeah.
It all?
Only.
I think nine.
Yeah, 9. That's it. Only one. No, that's it. All we got.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not drinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's perfect. And then put some ice on mine because I'm drinking a beer.
I'm going to see how
The beer. You want to check the beer?
Yeah, which one is the best one, Lorenzo?
Yeah, that new white one right there. 'Cause that's what I finna drink.
The Pilsner?
Yeah, I finna drink that one.
I was going to ask Lorenzo which one is the best one. Lorenzo might say, well, all of them the best one.
Yeah.
Do you like, it depends if you like fruit in your beer or straight up like lighter beer?
Put some fruit in there.
The fruit one, do you like peach or no peach?
Oh, I opened it already.
Nah, put it in me.
Okay,
Put it in
okay.
mine. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Try that peach Bellini beer. Like that's got like, it's a beer with natural peach juice in it.
Okay.
And then you can mix that with tequila. You can mix it with vodka. Like it's one of the only beers you can actually mix alcohol with.
All right. Oh, okay.
So if you want to try it, sorry,
Give him that one, that peach right there,
Bellini,
yeah.
Is it cold?
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll put it with ice.
Yeah, you can put it with ice too. Hey, I want to cheers to all of you. Cheers to life. Cheers to good health. Cheers to everybody being happy.
That's it.
That's what's up.
That's
right
it. Here. Hey, this is what I'm drinking. Right here, baby. Right here.
That is.
there. On that peach. That peach not bad. The peach not bad
You
at
like
all.
that? Mm-hmm. You like that one?
And I like this combination.
Yeah, you like this combination?
I've always loved rum, and I've always loved champagne.
Well,
But I've never thought about mixing them.
Hey, this is all invention. Don't let nobody tell you nothing else. We came up with this mix. This mix is world famous. It's everywhere. I've did this mix in Cuba. I went to Cuba and I did this mix.
Well, I love
I've did it in Jamaica. Everywhere I've been, I do this mix.
Okay.
And I put people on it.
I'm sold on it.
Yeah.
I love it.
B&B.
B&B mix.
It reminds me of Florida.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. Don't just be sipping on it, think it's all delicious like apple juice, you okay with it. I guarantee you,
Creep up.
2 of these, you're gonna go home. I'm not gonna say nothing. Your wife in the car.
My wife is driving home. I'm here to relax.
Okay then. Okay. Well, we finna. You taking?
It's gonna be a vibe day.
It's gonna be a vibe day then. At least I'm gonna make sure you take 3. You get 3 of these.
I'm gonna have 3 of them. I'm on vacation right now. Like this is my time off.
That's it, man. That's it.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
That's it, man. I love it. Yo, Man, tell us about yourself, man.
I don't even know where to start. Where do you want me to start on this?
Who is Lorenzo?
That's a tough question. All right.
Yeah.
I was born in Italy.
Okay.
I'm 53 years old.
Okay.
I came from a very different background than a lot of people that I've grown up with.
What part of Italy you from?
I was born in Milan,
Okay.
but my family is from Rome.
Okay.
And my father, and I don't want, so I hate talking about myself in this way, but if you're asking me,
yeah.
My family's been around since the 1200s, and if you do a lot of like research, history wise, at one time my family was the largest owners of land in Italy. We've had 2 popes in the family.
Oh, wow.
We've had some cardinals, and when there was Pope Paul V, he was Pope 1605 to 1621. And while he was Pope, he is like a king. He had his own army, basically he controls Italy and controls
Vatican and all that.
the whole thing. But the Vatican at that time, not only had the Vatican, it had property all over Italy, all over the world, as a matter of fact. And his own army and stuff. And at the time, he had the right to bestow titles on people, on parts of our family. And my side got 5 titles, including Prince and Duke and all these titles. And I was born into that family, and if you go to Rome, we have Rome's largest park called Villa Borghese was owned by by my family. There's a beautiful museum there called Galleria Borghese, which was owned by my family too. And in 1902, it was taken over by the government. Basically, what happened was that they taxed it, so you couldn't pay taxes anymore, and there was a big lawsuit.
They took it,
and in the 1950s, it sort of ended. So my father, who's the hardest working man I've ever met, like this is where I got my drive from. It's incredible. And when he was growing up, there was World War II happening. He's got the most incredible stories about World War II. And there were like books being handed out on like the amount of food you could have. You had like these tickets. You go in, and that's how they would ration food during the war.
Okay.
And he was, because of the family, he was well taken care of, but he still saw everything going down. And he tells me a story where as he was growing up and having our family, he knew that the party of like getting things for free, because for example, my grandfather, he was the first one in my family that really had to get a job, because back then they didn't work. They just went around, went to dinner parties, all this stuff. And things were changing. And my grandmother was the first one to actually, with my grandfather, to get a job. And she started a cosmetic line called Princess Marcello Borghese. And she had to get the permission, the okay from the Pope at the time to do this. And from what my father tells me, a lot of people were upset that we were starting to work. And my father's, like I'm telling you, this guy works, like he's still working. He's 86 years old. Wow. And when we were born, like everything had changed, everything was taken away. And we were still in Italy, and he was working for his mother doing cosmetics. And he's like, I don't want to do this. I want to really do my own thing. So he moved us to Paris, and he was working at Revlon at the time.
Okay.
And then moved us to the United States, because he's like, that's where people work, and that's where I want to bring my family up. And he has awful stories about how he was basically alienated because of the background. Like he couldn't even get a job just because of the family history. So it's a blessing, but also a curse. And when we came here, I didn't know anything about the family until I was 16 years old when we went to Italy, and he told me our whole history, which was a good thing, because I didn't want to grow up like knowing a lot of things. But so that was my childhood on how like this started, the beginning, and why. It's an interesting family background, but people are like, oh, he's rich, he's this, and I'm like, that was taken away from us in the early 1900s, although we still had stuff in the 1950s.
Right.
But by the time my father was, taking care of the family, it was gone.
that stuff was
It
gone.
was all taken. And so we had all this wealth that was just, not there. But what
Taken
we do
from
have,
them- taken from
it
under
was
y'all.
taken from us. But what we still have is the history and the lineage, and it's cool going back to Rome and seeing your name all over the place. But,
wow.
But and I just got married there in June, and it was incredible. But it's a good thing because I would never want that lifestyle where I didn't earn what I take home.
Okay.
And it really
work for what you.
Yeah, and as I said, my father, when we moved to the United States, he was driving 3 hours each way to go to work because we live in Connecticut. He was working in New Jersey, so 6 hours round trip, getting up at 4 a.m., getting home at like 10 p.m. And he did this for 2 years until we actually moved to New Jersey. And this guy just never stopped working. He's still doing it. He's a brilliant man, but he really, he's my hero because he showed me what it is like to work, and you never think he grew up the way he did because he's the most humble person.
That's what's up.
And the kindest guy too,
That's what's up.
and a great mentor.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
How long you been in Florida though?
I moved down here, and I've been down here for 13 years.
Okay, South Florida.
West Palm area, and then now down in South Beach for 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it's a long story. A lot of things happen between.
Deep. It's a deep
between
story.
Then. It's interesting, but everyone thinks I'm a spoiled brat. I'm like, I'm not. I didn't grow up that way.
Right.
Only if they know you.
I
They know Lorenzo.
No, and then and I go back and I see what we own. I'm like, I wish we did. I wish we still own this. I'd throw huge parties here, But I'd still work. But I'd still like to just like close it off. Have all my friends here for a weekend. I'm like, hey, let's have a great time. But the good thing is though, is that it's open to the public now. And so it's a museum. And it's a park. It's like Central Park of New York City.
Oh, wow.
Like imagine if family owned that. That's not fair, right?
It's
Like
deep.
you want to share it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And so the story was that my grandfather, like my great grandfather, was letting people in once a week to the property.
Right.
And then it was like twice a week, and then all of a sudden the city, the municipality of Rome said, we
want this.
we want it, and they took it. And then I had another relative that was married Napoleon's sister, his favorite sister, married another one of my relatives. And from that marriage, if you go to Paris, the art museum, the Louvre in Paris, has a whole Borghese wing because when that marriage happened, Napoleon was forcing my great uncle to ship all this art to Paris. Wow. And so we have a wing there, but again, this is like it's just family history.
That's all it is.
That is just like reading a book for me. I have got nothing to do with it except it was there.
Let me ask you this: what was your biggest achievement though?
My biggest
At least one of them.
Well, besides getting married, because I never thought I would, that was an achievement. And I would say just starting South Beach Brewing, and I believe in fate, and I believe you got to keep your eyes open to what's happening.
How did you start South Beach Brewing? How did you start that?
So I was doing a TV show in New York City, and it was called Lucky Bastards, and it was me and my 4 friends.
Right.
And they were following us around New York City, and it was a business show. Like, show what you do for business and show what you do for fun. And the way I got on this show is I was The Bachelor. I don't know if you guys ever watched that show. It's a terrible dating show, but back in 2006, I was.
You was in it. You
So
was
that's
in
what
it.
everybody asks because they're like, because
Well,
I'm definitely not a model, right? And like all these guys are like really good looking guys. Are like, so were you in it? I'm like, no, I was the guy. So I was the main guy on ABC.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So I had 27 girls to pick from, and
Which episode was how
it
long?
was season 9, 2006. So I was the guy. So I was
shit.
I was on
I
that.
gotta go check that out.
Yeah, and
Yo, Lorenzo, the Playboy.
yeah, the back in 2006, and the reason why I got that show was when they interviewed me, they wanted to do it abroad, and they wanted I'm like, Italy's obviously a great place to do it. So when they did the research on the family, they're like,
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
but they didn't care. They didn't like. They were like looking at me, and be like, oh, maybe we can fix him up, maybe we can make him look like better than he is. So I got that show, and it was great for work, and it was great. I have an animal charity, so it helped me with that. Okay. And then it led me into being casted for this other reality show. And the reality show was following me and my 4 friends around New York City, our business and our night, like going out partying and stuff.
Okay.
And I have a pet product company. I actually manufacture pet products as well out of Italy. And for the show, I said, who's the audience? Because it was on Esquire. And they said, it's males 18 to 45. I said, well, I don't want to talk about pet shampoos. I'm not going to waste my time. That's not my audience,
Right.
And they're like, all right, well, what do you want to talk about? Like, what do you want to do as business? I'm like, how about doing like some fashion or something like that? That's cool. Like, oh no, your buddy Rocco, he's doing jeans. You can't do that. I'm like, how about beer? Like, all right. And that's honestly how South Beach Brewing got started. And I worked with contract brewers up in Connecticut to do it, and I had a space in Bushwick, New York. And I was going to launch it in Bushwick, New York, and I had an idea for an electrolyte. I had an idea for to do a brunch beer and to do like a big party beer. And the guys that I was working with turned out to be bad people. And I had a deal to get this thing done. I had $4.5 million committed to do it.
Okay.
And then these guys turned out to be liars. And I'm like, I'm not doing it. I moved out of New York, came to Florida, and I'm having drinks like this with my buddy. And he knew about my idea. He goes, hey, why don't you do that in Florida? And I said, well, I had NYCIP. I had the trademark. Like, I was like, I don't want to be like a small brand. Like, I don't care about like just having one location, working my butt off for like till I'm dead, and trying to make payroll all the time. I want something that, that goes out to the world that people really enjoy. And to do that, I think you need a very good name, especially in a very competitive market. And he goes, well, look for names. And so I was looking, and he's like, how about South Beach? I'm like, there's no way that no one's taking South Beach for beer. And I look, and I'm looking and looking and looking. I'm like, oh my gosh, no one's taking it. So that day, I filed the trademark for it, or the registration for South Beach Brewing. And then with my concept, I had the electrolyte concept to keep you hydrated. Even better in Miami because it's so damn hot here.
Exactly.
And then the brunch beer concept I had in New York City because there were all these brunch parties. I'm like, South Beach is the home of the brunch party. So all of a sudden, everything started clicking.
Fall right in place.
And I'm like,
falling in the
all right, let's do it. And that's how it started.
Wow.
South
And you
Beach,
just-
now we have South Beach Brew.
Yeah.
How did you, since we're talking about South Beach Brewing, right? How did you come across Ross? How did you guys hook up?
Another good story. Okay. So
Yeah.
a good friend of mine, Miguel, does a lot of the car shows. And he knows them.
Right.
And he's on my board of directors.
Right.
And we were talking about building the brand. And I never wanted to bring a name on because I think sometimes it can look like you're being lazy and you don't have like a good product, right? You're like, you need an endorser. I'm like, I know I have a good product. So, but the market is so competitive, especially with craft beer, when you've got these big brands that are
And there's so many of them too.
so many of them in the craft beer industries come way down because these big brands are taking more and more space, and now with the THC products as well, like you get less shelf space. Then you've got what you call the ready to drink cocktails, the vodka stuff. Less and less shelf space, more players, really, really competitive. So he's like, why don't you bring in a celebrity, someone who can be a spokesperson? I said, I'm open to it, but it's got to be the right person.
Right.
And he said, I know Rick Ross. And I'm like, my music back then, like I like jam bands. I didn't know anything
about that.
No. And I said,
You're like, who the hell is Rick Ross?
who's Rick Ross? And my wife is like, you don't know who Rick Ross is?
Yeah. Your wife here?
Yeah, she's like, oh, she like loves him. She goes, no, like look him up. And I did. And then I did hear something. I'm like, okay, I know this song. I know.
Familiarity started
And
coming back to
then
you.
when I looked at what he's doing business wise and everything about him, I'm like, all right, let's set up a meeting. So Miguel called them and said, hey, would you meet with him, with these guys and with South Beach Brewing? He's like, yeah. And so I met with him. I was at his hangar for this meeting.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting meeting. It was about an hour, and and just his presence alone, like I believe in energy too, and I just felt this energy, this very positive energy from him.
Right.
And obviously his tagline, "It's too easy," right? You know,
Yeah,
and
too easy.
I'm
Yeah, it's
talking
too
about
easy.
South Beach. I'm like, listen,
It's too easy.
and one of my main drives with him is like, hey, I don't know if you know, but South Beach over the past couple of years has been really hurt from bad press. Like business is down 30 to 35% in the city.
So, yeah.
It's been, they like broke up with spring break. These restaurants are shutting down.
Exactly.
I have a restaurant there. I'm like, listen, you as this entity, as this incredible personality, you can essentially bring back the South Beach vibe and energy that it needs, like what it was when I was in New York. I'd come down to South Beach, right?
Right,
Like for a long
right.
weekend. I was like,
spot to be
it's a spot. That was it. And he said, it's too easy. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. It's too easy. So let's do this. And I was still skeptical because these deals are hard to create, right? And then it just takes time. And we finally signed the deal about 4 months later. And then what was amazing about it was that I've never had to ask for anything he does, like promotion-wise, anything.
Yeah.
He is the best partner I could have ever picked because he seems like he's having fun, and I hope he is doing it.
Yeah, he definitely is.
And
Definitely
as I've
is.
gotten to know him and his whole people, like everyone around him, his family, everyone. I was like, these people are like real and genuine, and they care. And it's so hard to find. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to sign a celebrity too, because I feel like they're not genuine, and they don't care about you. They don't care about the brand. They care about the end result. This man has gone far above what I expected, and I couldn't have picked a better partner. And I love the man. I love what he does. I love his energy, and I love his story. And we have very different backgrounds as well. Right. But we're people, and we're motivated. We have energy, and we want to. And I believe the majority of humans are good people, and they want to do good. This man really wants to do good. And with the brand, I said, listen, this is a fun brand. This is about when you crack open a beer. That's why I trademarked I Love Right Now on our beer cans, because that's that moment that you need to cherish, whether it's with your family, with your friends, whoever you're with.
Yeah.
It's that moment in time that you're celebrating. I'm like, we are part of people's celebration, and we're going to make it better. Like this is something where, and we had that brew pub in South Beach. I've had people say it's been the best night of my life. That's an incredible thing to hear. Like I don't know why, but I'm glad you had such a great time. And then seeing a man, and I told this to Ross. I said, because I saw him perform for the first time. I was in Vegas, and he happened to be performing in the hotel I was in at the same night. And I saw it, and I said, you may get tired of doing this, but you have to understand this. As a music lover myself, you have a gift, okay? And sharing that gift is the best thing you could ever do for anybody. And I know how excited people are. They put it on their calendar. Like people fly out to see this. They're excited to see him. Like this, they've had a hard month, hard couple months. They've had a shitty, something awful happen. They see you and it makes them happy. All right. That is a gift. And that's why I love the guy. And every time I see him, no matter what, he's smiling.
He works hard, man. He works hard.
He works really hard.
Works hard, yeah.
And he wants to share like happiness, and
He's
shares his
genuine
success
too.
story.
He's genuine about it. Genuine about it.
Yeah. So that's how it happened.
Yeah.
And now I listen to his music all the time. So
That makes your wife happy.
oh, she loves it, and her friends, and also I have nieces and nephews who are 21, like from 16 to 22. They're like, oh my God, how'd you get a deal with Rick Ross. I was like, you guys, like, oh yeah, he's the best. So the younger generations, I was like,
they love it.
So now, like, I'm a hero in their eyes because they're like, how'd you get this deal with this legend? I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't say it's too easy, but I said, it just happened.
Definitely a process.
Yeah.
Definitely is a process.
Yeah, he's but yeah, and his sister and everyone I've met has just been really good people. And then the success stories of there's been the downfalls, right? There's been the non-success.
You're right.
What's that?
No, I'm saying.
Yeah. And then to come out of that and share the experience and be like, listen, we can all do this. It just takes a lot of work and also a positive attitude. And you need that. And again, I couldn't have picked a better partner because this guy, it's incredible and he doesn't stop. Doesn't stop.
He don't.
You know,
sleep. You don't get no sleep, man.
In Vegas. He shows up. He plays. He got off around 3 a.m. and I see him posting at 7:30, flying back to Miami to play Live that night.
Yeah, Live. Yeah.
I was like, how do you do this? He's like, because
you
I
gotta
slept
be
on the plane a
dedicated.
little
You gotta
bit.
be dedicated to it, though. He's dedicated.
Yeah, and he's
You know what I'm saying? And then he came from a long way. I remember just him starting. You know what I'm saying? I remember the grind. I used to see him. You know what I'm saying? Back then.
Well, I read his book and I read it. I was like, this is like, that's why it's such an incredible story. Like, this doesn't happen to most people unless you're really driven and positive. And then not only did he do it, he's telling people how to do it. Where a lot of people do it and they're just like, all right, whatever, I'm not going to share my secret. I don't have time for that. But he has time for it. And the other great thing about him, I've never seen him, when anybody ever wants to talk to him, he's always
going to talk.
Share his time.
He's going to talk, yeah.
So.
I heard that your brother, something, a celebrity in the UK or something like that.
Oh, that was me.
That was you.
Yeah, I did Celebrity Big Brother in the UK too. So that was, I'd done a lot of reality TV and but it helped me with business, as I said. The interesting thing about it is that when you are known, and I see.
I thought it was your brother.
No, that was me. That was me too.
Oh, shit, you got it going on.
Yeah, I did a lot of TV, but it's good to see both sides because when you are known, and you know, I don't think I'm a celebrity. I'm just doing. It takes no talent, right, to do what I did. Right. Like I don't have a talent. Like I'm just there. They wanted me on TV. I'm like, all right, I'll do it. And to me, it was work because it wasn't fun. Like none of this is fun, and it was work. And I was like, listen, I'm going to do this because whatever it is, I'm going to use this for a brand. But what's interesting about it is that I remember what it was like to be famous. I remember like when I was The Bachelor, which was huge in the U.S. at the time. Like at the airport, I couldn't get in line because I'd be on a call. People would stop me all the time, and it was annoying, right? And I was like, please, like, just let me be. Mm-hmm. And that's why when I see how he handles it, I'm like, that's a beautiful thing because he's open to like, he's got the patience for it. The only thing I miss about it was, getting reservations at a restaurant, like all the perks you get, like the beautiful, we're going to give you the table, come in right away. Like just that kind of stuff. That's the only thing I miss. I don't miss your privacy, gone. Invaded. And then also there's a lot of haters out there, man. Like
yes, there is.
Oh, and it's like, they will destroy. And I still get, I don't know why these people like harass me, but I still get harassed from like people that just hate me for no reason. I'm like, I've done nothing. I was like, if you don't like the show, like, that's fine. Like, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to do anything.
Right.
People, there's some that are really nasty.
They are here, man.
You can't. I remember when I was in The Bachelor, they said don't read the message boards, and like I was reading because my friends were sending it to me. Of course, like this is hilarious. And one thing was one girl said, if this is the new Bachelor, I'm going to be a lesbian.
Oh shit!
And so I started reading all this stuff, and there was like really nasty stuff, and then I got used to it. Like I'm like, okay, I can deal with it now, but it's just unpleasant. Like, and people feel that they can go ahead and attack you because you're not a private person anymore. But I'm like, you still are a private person. Just because your career is this doesn't mean that the public can go ahead and attack you for doing your job. And so I just respect the positive attitude all the time.
How long you been in South Beach Brew been in business?
That started in 2017, and it was really difficult because 2017 we launched and we were growing really quick. Then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, South Beach Brewing was primarily what's called on-premise at the hotels and restaurants.
Okay.
The hotels and restaurants closed. I wasn't in Publix, Winn-Dixie. I wasn't in those stores.
Those
I wasn't
stores.
in supermarkets.
Okay.
So my business went from going up to just flat down.
Are you in those stores now?
I'm in some stores, yeah. So now we're seeing the big uptick, which is great.
Okay.
But I didn't know if we were going to survive because I was like, we're not seeing any sales for real sales for 2 years. Not only that, one distributor was sending beer back.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, not only are we not selling anything, they're sending beer
Sending
back
beer back.
because everything's closed and we're like the hotels, restaurants are all closed. So that was a tough time. And then to open up our brew pub took 4 years, and they told me it was going to take 6 months. So we were closed during COVID. People were getting all the funding, the PPP funding, all that stuff for closed businesses. We couldn't get anything because we never opened, so we couldn't show any loss in sales. It was a really hard time, and the fact we came out of it, and not only came out of it, now we're like, all these brands is like sort of are either no longer around or they're like really, really suffering. We've managed to come out of it. And I was like,
It's great.
and I think that we have a special brand.
Good things come to those who wait. Be patient.
Who come up with the flavors and like the?
I came up with the majority of them, and what our first brunch beer was a strawberry orange mimosa, and the way that I came up with that was that I wanted to do. You have to do something that no one can steal from you. Like, okay, I didn't invent beer, so I can't be like, oh yeah, I don't like, So I was like, listen, how can we be really authentic to Florida? How can we do something special? And I'm looking at the license plates. There's an orange on them, right? I was like, okay, you could do like an orange beer in New York City or New York, but that's not authentic to New York. So that's when I came out with the strawberry orange mimosa from Florida using Florida orange juice. Okay. Sure, a big company like Anheuser-Busch could go ahead and produce that out of St. Louis, but that's not authentic. So as I'm looking also, not just oranges, I'm like, Florida's like,
All
the
type of
citrus
fruits.
capital.
All type of fruits.
It's
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a great Pilsner, we have a great lager, but that's a commodity. Like it's a bit like anyone, like any good brewer can do a Pilsner or a lager.
Lemon, everything, yeah.
But they can't do what we do in other states and be authentic to that product. So I trademarked the brunch beer, so no one can take that in the beer space. So we have the official brunch beer. I needed to use the citrus because, again, if you go into a sports bar, there's 100 tap handles, right?
Exactly.
And again, it's a commodity. It's like, all right, well, what makes yours different? I'm like, all right, here's what makes ours different. We use real juice. We put it in after fermentation. A lot of brands will use real juice. But what happens? They put it in prior to fermentation. When the fermentation happens, that juice flavor is gone. Like they put it on the label just so they like, oh, it's got real juice. But what they do is they add flavor after that. And so that flavor is what's producing that juice flavor, but it's not that natural juice. Yeah. If you try, that's why I say that peach juice. There's no flavor added at all. That Bellini has not 1 ounce of flavor. It's real juice. So
real peach juice.
And then we had to issue stabilizing the juice. I'm not a chemist, but there's a lot of things that go on when you brew. And and the kind of stuff that happens, man, like on our first launch, we were blowing up the mimosa. It was going everywhere. We had end caps at Total Wine at ABC, like huge displays. The cans start bursting, popping, like boom, boom. Wow. Like, and then I had one explode. It's like a grenade. Like this thing is loud and it can really harm people. And they were exploding. And so things that you don't think about when you're like, oh, I got a great idea. This is easy. So then I worked with the University of Florida. They have this beautiful like college scientists that like as a project will do stuff for you.
Wow.
So they created the way to stabilize real fruit juice without having to go through a pasteurization line, which is like a $2 million machine, which we don't have.
They did that for you guys for free.
For free.
Awesome.
And so, but it took again, trial and error, everything that could go bad. All of a sudden we're blowing up everywhere. And every beer was like sent back to us, all the recalls. We had giant end caps like going everywhere.
You
and they're
could have called it
exploding.
quits then, but you still stayed the course.
Yeah, well, yes, but obviously our distributors are upset, the retailers are upset, and it's a nightmare. But I always say it's like having a kid, although I haven't had one yet. But things
It's time
go
for you to
wrong.
have one,
Yeah,
man.
I know.
Come on now. Stop playing
My
around.
wife can't wait, but
Drop one.
But yeah, you're gonna have problems, okay? And you either find out how to fix it or you're out of business. And you gotta have that drive to be like, all right, this is gonna happen. Like again, the brew pub, 4 years open. They told me I had experts go and look at the space, 6 months maximum, okay? 4 years.
4 years.
And I was fighting with the city of Miami, the city of Miami Beach, because the permit process was impossible. Like, for example, you fail fire inspection for a banister. And I'm not exaggerating. A banister coming down the stairs that's just for an office. You've got to redo the banister. You may have to redo your entire plans, which you need your architect to do, which can take, if he's busy, it's a month to get him back. You submit it. Then they have another month review, and then they have an inspection. So every time you fail something, I was looking at 3 months for little things. I was like, this is insane. Like, I'm never going to open. And I was fighting with the city, and I was meeting with them all the time. And then I became friends with them, and now I'm on the economic development of the city of Miami Beach because I'm the expert of everything that can go wrong. So I'm guiding them on how to make things better.
You didn't got plugged in.
Yeah,
now.
there's 4 years of
You
hell.
wanted to,
4 years of hell. And so
You're
just
an expert on everything that could go wrong.
they could go
You
wrong.
heard him.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but looking back, when this thing blows up, and I know it will because I really believe in the brand, I don't think I'm going to regret any of it. You know, because
That's what's up.
yeah, if it's easy, like no one cares. Like you can't appreciate something that's given to you like this. You really have to build it, and the struggles are part of the story. Like if you ask, I haven't asked him, and I should. I'll be like, if you could change anything, like the way, like your child, everything, what would you change? You probably would say nothing. Except maybe like if you hurt something, like there's people that I've hurt that I'm like, I was a kid, you know, I was an idiot.
Right.
I'm like, I wish I didn't hurt the person I did. I was stupid. I was a kid. But the struggles, no, they're all part of the story.
They all part
and it's
of the
all part
story.
of life. And
true.
if it's, I always say you can't enjoy sun without the rain, right? Like if it's if there's no rain, you can't enjoy our weather.
Yeah.
Right? All the people, like when I was coming down to Florida, it's because I was freezing my butt off in New York and it's
New York.
great and it sucked. I'm like, I want to enjoy the sunshine. And that's what it's about. It's about the struggles. But I promise you, anybody that has had anything given it a brand, anything, they don't enjoy it. And I know a lot of really wealthy people that have been given money, right?
Right.
It's been in their family. I would say 90% of them aren't happy. And they're like, and it's like a bad unhappiness. Where I look at people like, even if they're not wealthy, but just people that surviving, like we're surviving right now. We're happy. But these people, everyone thinks that money makes you happy. It doesn't. And
man.
And the people that have the most
People
money, I'm
don't
telling
get it.
you, yeah, they are like they're unhappy, and I don't know why. I was like, listen, like, and maybe because they haven't had that struggle.
Exactly.
And maybe they don't feel like they've earned it. But
The
Ross,
appreciation. Exactly.
he's earned it. That's why, like, he's got a smile on his face. He's like, hey, I deserve everything I got because I worked hard for it, and I struggled, and it was part of my story, and I can enjoy it now. And so it's all
Facts.
part of it.
Facts.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're an animal lover too, huh? What's going on?
yeah.
Talk to me, because somebody told me this. You know, you love animals. Man. You have
I have an animal charity
yes,
out of Georgia. It's called Animal Aid USA. And I became an animal lover because, again, fate. I'm going to try to tell you a story really quick, but my girlfriend at the time, when I was turning 21, said, what do you want for your birthday? And I said, I either want a black lab or I want to go to Great Adventure, the amusement park in New Jersey.
Okay.
she has a sister. Her sister didn't know anything about this. The next day, my girlfriend calls me and says, there was a litter of black lab puppies for sale on Greenwich Avenue in Connecticut. My sister just gave me the number of this woman. Are you sure you want? I'm like, wait a second, your sister just called you? She's like, yeah, she didn't even know that you wanted one. I drive up there.
Yeah.
This dog comes, like there was one dog left. She came to me and I'm like, this is my dog. And her name was Belle and she changed my life and the most incredible dog ever. And then I was doing the show, The Bachelor. And then when I got back to New York, all of a sudden, like everyone, like all the organizations like, hey, can you get involved with my organization? And one of the ones I got involved with was Animal Care and Control of New York City, which is every major city has animal care and control.
Right.
And it was a really horrific story because they invited me into their facility. And they're like, no one can come back to where you're going. I'm like, why not? I'm like, well, you'll see. And in the facility, they had 5 rows of cages. And I'm going from row to row to row. And they're telling me, oh, yeah, these dogs just came in today. I'm at the 5th row. And I'm like, what's up with this row? They're like, these are the dogs we're going to put down today. And I'm looking at them, and these dogs have committed no crime at all. They're just shitty owners or whatever. And they're going to get killed that day. And I was like really upset about it, obviously. And I said, why don't you let people in here to see what's going on? And they said, no, like we can't. It's just.
Yeah, they
like,
don't want to.
And also, what I didn't know was Animal Care and Control is part of the sanitation department. So they're treating it like dogs.
Garbage.
Like garbage. And so then I was like, I really want to do something about this. And everyone says, okay, always adopt from a no-kill shelter. Yeah. I was like, if you can, adopt from a kill shelter because those dogs are going to die if you don't adopt them. And it's not their fault they're there. So don't get angry at the shelter. Get angry at the people that put them in the shelter and save these poor animals. So all of a sudden, I met this woman who was saving dogs, pulling out her own credit cards, like nonstop. And I was like, I love what you're doing. I love your passion. Let's do this together. And we started Animal Aid USA in 2012. And this year, we'll save our 50,000th dog. 50,000. Wow. And the most beautiful thing is no one gets paid. So everyone that works for us is a volunteer. So 100% of any money we get goes to saving dogs. And now we have a camp up there. We save about 300 dogs a month. People can stay there. We have a little chapel. People can get married there. We have a cafeteria so people can eat there. But everything is about saving dogs. And it's just.
And this up there in Greenwich.
It's up in Blackshear, Georgia, which is the southern area of Georgia. Okay. But she decided she's like, we need to do Georgia first. I said, why? She said, at the time, it was one of the worst states on how they treated dogs. Like, for example, they were using cardiac heart sticks to kill animals. They would take they would poke the dog in the heart, inject it, and kill it that way. And they also had a gas chamber. And they would put 20 dogs in a gas chamber at a time, turn it on for 30 minutes, come back, and all the dogs were
dead.
Done.
That's in Georgia.
That was in Georgia, but we got that banned. So now you can't do cardiac heart stick and you can't do gas chambers. So we had this huge PR thing where we went down with a gas chamber.
And you was part of that.
Oh yeah, we were part of it.
Awesome.
And we saved, and we did it because a beagle was in there in one of the gas chambers and survived. And the beagle's name was Grace, lived to be 13 years. And we took Grace on this road trip to show like what happened. And the animal care and control person that did it, when she opened up the gas chamber, saw this beagle alive and felt so horrible that she saved it. And she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And that beagle was adopted by our friend. And then we started this huge campaign on getting rid of these gas chambers for these dogs.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of dogs. So
you're an interesting person, man.
Yeah, he got that drive.
You're an interesting person.
He definitely
Lorenzo.
learned a lot from his dad.
Well, you guys are interesting. I mean, you're interesting. Everyone's interesting.
We try to do our thing. We try to do our thing.
And everyone has their stories.
Exactly.
Everyone has their good times and their bad times. And you know, and now with social media and everything that's going on, it's just it's such a different life right now.
Yeah, social media
than it was.
Yeah, took it over.
Yeah, social media is definitely different, man.
I just wish it was more positive. You know, I'm like, hey, we can all have our opinions, but there's no reason to attack everybody all the time. It's just. Anyway, it's positive for some things because you can share information and people. I like to use it just because I like to go back to look at my memories. I love that. To me, it's like I go back when I'm like sad. I'm like, oh, this was so much fun. Like, when anything's going bad, I go back and I look at these pictures like, oh, that was a great time. And and so it's good for that. But, there's I just want to stay positive. But, there's a lot's changed over the
Lorenzo,
years.
not to cut you off.
Yeah.
This South Beach Brew I'm drinking right now is some good shit.
Thank you, man. That's our brand.
It got me feeling righteous, man.
That's the Pilsner one. And
It's got me feeling righteous.
here's another reason, like, why things happen. Because our distributor lost one of their Pilsner brands. I was like, that was from Italy. I said, why don't I do a Pilsner for you? I said, okay. So here you go. So because they lost one of their brands,
You was able to pick.
I was like,
place it over.
let's do it. And it's an American Pilsner. And it's like nice and light and a very
I'm
Florida.
feeling good.
Yeah, right?
I'm feeling
You
real.
got any other things? You got any other projects you working on?
Yeah, so our newest project is this THC seltzers.
THC Celsius.
Yeah, and if you go into like Total Wine or ABC or these other places, you'll notice that actually the craft beer space is smaller now than the THC seltzer space. And that's when I knew I had to get into it. So with ours, we're launching March 1st. We had other issues. I could tell you another like nightmare of a story, but the company that was manufacturing this is no longer like doing anything.
Okay.
So 6 months of finding somebody else to take our formula and do it. We're finally launching March 1st. But we have two of them. We have Slack Tide, which is 5 milligrams of THC. It's got 100% natural watermelon and mint. And then we have High Tide, which is 10 milligrams of THC. And it's got blueberry and strawberry, but all natural, actual juices in it.
Okay.
So it tastes great. And then we're coming out with THC pouches instead of the nicotine pouches that you put in your mouth. And then we're doing some syrups, and we're doing some other THC items that have never been done before. So I can't talk about it now.
Yeah.
But some really cool things with it. And then we're also doing, because as I was talking about the vodka, the ready to drink space, we're coming out with 3 new vodka infused products. One is a transfusion, which is grape juice, ginger ale, and vodka. And that's great for golf, by the
Check
way.
your internet connection and try again.
Oh, wow.
So
about that.
that's right. So when you're playing golf, it's a really refreshing drink on the golf course.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a blueberry jam for rosé with natural blueberry juice and rosé flavor. And then we have a party punch, which actually has a little Caribbean rum in it, with all natural juices. But that's because I had to go there. I don't want to just be a beer brand. I go into a store.
Yeah.
And I'm a consumer, so I'm like, I look at what's going on. I'm like, if they can do it, I know I can do it, and I think I can do it better because I try a lot of things. And what I don't like, I'm like, this is what I don't like. This is how I'm going to make it better. And I think we've done that with South Beach Brewing, and I believe we've done it because I see so many of these brands that are no longer around,
Right.
and we're still here, and we've been through nightmares. And not only are we still here, but obviously Rick Ross is a huge help, but we're growing.
Right.
And now it's time to really strike.
Do you have any business background?
I mean, I went to business school, but I started my own pet product company. So I manufacture pet products out of Italy.
Right.
And I did that because of my dog, because my black lab had like awful skin. And my family background is cosmetics. I was like, all right, why don't I use my family background for cosmetics? But I was the first one, I believe, that ever created a shampoo specifically for dogs. And what I mean by that is that the dog shampoos weren't for dogs; they were for people. But they just market them as dogs. But dogs have different pH. I'm not going to get you into all the science behind it. But there was a reason why these shampoos were causing dry skin, and there was a reason why vets tell you don't bathe your dog more than once a month because it creates dryness. So I changed that. And what I did with it is I launched it on the shopping channel HSN, and all of a sudden I was on there for 20 years selling pet shampoo.
20 years.
And I was the #1 brand on Home Shopping Network for pets. And then I still do it, but this is what I'm focused on now. I still own the Royal Treatment. It's just online. It's a good business.
Yes.
But it's a great business. I don't have to do anything. I just sit back, and I've got a warehouse. They ship. They do everything. All I do is I manufacture in Italy. They ship it, and it sort of runs on its own. But this takes a lot of work,
Yeah,
and
I'm quite sure it
yeah, but you know, and I've had a lot of things that did fail. I've written many business plans that, and I spent a lot of time on them. Like one was going to be, it was called Deal, and it was based on the New York Stock Exchange. And this was when like Planet Hollywood and Hard Rock Cafe were like growing and doing really well.
Yeah.
I was going to do one based like looking like the New York Stock Exchange. And you could go there, and depending on demand, it would have beer prices coming down. Like if no one's ordering a vodka, there would be a crash and it'd be a $3 vodka. But if people start ordering it, it goes up. So it teaches you like supply and demand. And we're going to have a museum of all these entrepreneurs.
Right, right.
And I had a deal for $2 million just for advertising in Times Square. And the banker that I brought this to is like, get me that deal, we'll get this thing done. I got that deal, nothing happened.
Wow.
And I spent 3 years working on it. It was
3 years,
3
wow.
years. And I've had probably 5 business plans that I was putting together that I spent a lot that never just
Took
cost
off.
me money. No, just
That took off. Yeah.
it cost me time, it cost me money. But they say, 1 in 10 I'll take. But you've got to keep doing it.
You got to keep doing it.
Gotta keep
Sometimes
doing it.
I realize everything ain't always a failure. Like it's an experience. Just learn from it. It never ain't a bad decision or a mistake. It's like, well, I learned from this, and now I know which way, how I could go about doing it next time. You know? So I mean,
It's like it's never a failure as long as you.
As long as you learn from it.
Yeah,
as long
exactly.
as you
Right?
learn from it, exactly. Like, okay, this is where I went wrong at. Let me do it this way next time.
And then if you don't do it again, then it's a failure. Like you've got it. Like not only you learn from it, but you're like, okay,
Then
I'm going to
we-
go again,
Exactly.
and I've learned something. I'm going to keep trying.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I just knew that like I wanted to do my own thing because I worked. My first job was at AIG, which is the big insurance company. I was working in New York, and I hated it. I was there for 5 years, and my dad's like, "You're doing really well. Why don't you stay there?" I was like, "Because I hate it.
You hate it.
I
You
hate
didn't want to.
it.
You didn't want
No,
to.
I'm like, this is like, and I realized, and I said, my father did a lot of things that he hated, and he did it because he had a family, you know. And I didn't have a family.
He had to feed his family.
Yeah, and I was like,
You guys
Dad,
had to survive.
But Lorenzo said he ain't have a family.
I'm like, I didn't have. I'm like, it's me. I'm the one taking the risk, and I can take this risk.
Right.
And I almost got married a long time ago, and if I did, my life would be very. I wouldn't have taken any risks, And so, because I didn't, and the way my life has turned out, I'm like, it's just me.
Right.
I can take that risk. If I had a family, I would have never done it.
Exactly.
But I've enjoyed the risks I've taken, and I think again, like each path is like you just have to recognize it. Like, why am I on this path? Why didn't I get married? Why didn't I do this? Why did I get that black lab? Well, that black lab ended up making me millions, like from
Exactly.
pet product sales. But not only that, more importantly, saving these dogs' lives, like 50,000. That's what I really got out of that from this one dog. If I hadn't had her, there's no way I would have started this animal charity.
But Lorenzo, what made you when she asked you want what you want for your birthday? What made you a lab or
I don't know. I've always loved dogs, and I grew up with them, but I never had my own. There was like, and then we had this beagle that we unfortunately had to give away because he started biting people, and I was so upset. I remember I took a pine cone, I threw it at the window of our house and broke the window, and I could tell my parents were like just about to like explode on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was our last dog. And I was a kid, and I'm like, I love dogs, and I always wanted one of my own, and I've always loved black labs. I think they're smart. I think they're really kind dogs, and so I knew it was a hard ask, because back then there was like really I was 21, so like no real internet going on. You can't just go online and find a dog. You had to like either like find a breeder, which like back then it was hard. But the fact that there was a box of them
available
for
for
sale on the corner, like the next day. So, but I thought I was going to Great Adventure. But yeah, sure enough, like
What if he got tickets to go to Great Adventure?
so that's it. It's weird how things happen.
It is.
And you just got to keep going, and you're going to get a lot more failures than success. I'm telling you, like
Definitely.
like I read something on Roger Federer, who was the number 1 tennis player in the world at one time.
Roger Federer, yeah.
He said they did stats on how many points he won in his professional career, and I think it was like 52%. The number 1 tennis player in the world won only 52% of the points he played. That's insane. So he's like, I lost 48%. I was the best of the best.
Oh.
Which, because I thought it'd be like 80%. I'm like, I've seen this guy like destroy.
Exactly.
He's like, no, it's like, it was just over 50%. And that's the best of the best. So I'm like, okay, you failed 10 times. That's great. You just need that 10% or even like that's
that
it.
you won,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And you just need to keep going.
Yeah. It's awesome, man. Lorenzo, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry I kept talking.
Hey,
I just,
nah,
like,
man, what do you
sorry
mean?
for the
Nah,
argument.
I'm glad you sharing your story, bro. Shoot, man, ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's why
But
we got
before,
2 years.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's why God gave us 2 years to listen. Before we close out the show, I need you to give me one of them hats, man. I need you to give a couple of my people here them hats, bro.
The hat?
The hat, I like the hat.
You want? I'll give it to you right now.
I like the hey.
There you go. And anybody else that wants one, I'll send them. I don't have
Hey,
them here.
Dave, why you gonna? I was plotting on that,
Hey,
man.
forget it, man.
I should
Hey,
have said
I
something
have a
first.
small head.
hey, it's okay, man.
It's like baby head.
Hey, it's my hat.
Man, yeah, that hat too big for you, man.
Yeah,
That
no,
too
it
small
ain't.
for you, man.
Here it is, right here,
It's a
baby.
great you're gonna look
I got
on the
my,
golf course.
yeah,
in that
golf.
thing.
That's my golf
It's a
hat.
great
That's my golf hat right there. It's my golf hat.
I should have said something
Hey.
first, man.
That's
Oh,
my
you
golf
should.
hat.
It's
Hey,
great.
Lorenzo,
We
thank
just
you,
got that.
man.
I should have said something. I was like, man, that's a
Hey,
nice hat.
man. Hey, hey, you know what?
I'll take this. I
Shit,
have to take the small.
shit.
Are you sure you don't want this?
Nah, go ahead.
All right, man.
Shit, this is what it is.
Ah, boy, you
That's what it
something else,
is, man. This is what it is. We're swapping hat, damn it.
Swapping hat.
Here it is. Here it is. We're swapping hat. Lorenzo, man, thank
That
you,
look
man.
good.
Thank you.
That look good.
I love
It's been
it.
great.
Thank you,
Lorenzo
man.
Papazoe.
That's it. Thank you,
That's
man,
it,
for
man.
coming to the show, man.
Thank you for having me. It's been a
I can't.
pleasure as always.
I can't wait. I
Seeing
can't
you.
wait for this show to go up, man. Hey, it was great. Look at this. It matched my hat.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to do the orange.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a dolphin.
My
dolphins,
hat.
too.
Coordinating all,
Hey.
all on points.
Yes, go ahead.
I know you said you've done reality TV. Have you considered, or are you interested in putting together a show together for the South Beach Brewery?
I would love to do it. I just don't know. And I was like, if you guys ever want to, like, I know you guys have your studios, but if you guys ever want to film there as well, you guys got a free studio, and we got like whatever. But yeah, and I did one thing called Point of Brew, which was like just people with different opinions talking and sharing a beer, because now like no one talks anymore, man. Like people need to like be open to dialogue, but it's just Point of Brew, and it can be like different opinions, or it could be like any topic at all.
Right,
Like, hey, let's
right,
talk
right,
about
right.
let's talk about this, talk about that. But yeah, I'd love to do a show like that because I think it's important, and people have a lot to say, as you know,
Exactly.
and there's lots to share. People have incredible stories.
Love it, man.
Picked up your production team.
Oh, great!
I love it. I
We
love
should do
it.
Now we got to do an episode down there.
Yeah, we can. We can. We can do it.
It's
We'll
a
do an
great-
episode down
it's
there.
a great little.
We'll definitely-
You've seen the stage. It's a great little stage.
We'll do it.
And what's we have Lebo's artwork that says what is it? I can't believe I forgot what it says.
There's a bunch of writing on it.
It's
It's cool though.
it's every like very positive stuff in the back. Like
That's what's up.
now is the time or whatever.
Yeah, we'll do an episode down there where
Yeah.
anybody just who's there, just come on. We just talk to them and just vibe.
Yeah, and it's just like
we'll
Point
do
of
it.
Brew, and then you have a beer, and you guys
We'll
just
do it.
discuss whatever you
we'll
want
do
to
it.
discuss.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it.
Now the peach on point. I like the peach.
We're gonna do it.
Lorenzo, the peach on point.
Lorenzo, you the
Thank you.
man, man.
Definitely.
I got me a fresh hat.
Yeah, and I'll get you guys some more. We'll just tell me what you need. Those just came in like 2 days ago.
And then I got it, and I got me one.
Yeah, we gotta put him on the show.
Hey, man. Hey, appreciate you, man, for coming,
Well,
man.
thanks for having me
Appreciate
on,
you.
man. As
Most
always.
definite. You.